Issue 109. After Sonic gets charged with crimes against the Dracon Empire he never met before and hit with a laser, he says that he's met a Sentinel before. It's the one aquatic ruin, and apparently that was years ago. Sonic is blamed for the destruction of the Sentinel, and information from Eggman has made the Dracon Empire decide that Mobius is a threat. Did they seriously not know when they programmed the Sentinel that he would self-destruct when he saw that the city had no people in it anymore? Wouldn't that be something that the mindless Sentinel was hard-programmed to do? Sonic is taken away as a prisoner, being completely disbelieved, and he's put in a cell where Eggman tells him that the reason he knows about the Sentinel is because there wasn't much his spy cameras missed. Then Tails talks to Sonic from the window outside the cell, flying near it. Sure, it's nice of the Dracons to have a window for a cell when they only believe in trial by combat. Sonic calls him Buddy and says he'll be fine, and the story ends with us seeing Metal Knuckles getting powered up by electricity to fight Sonic. Probably in the trial tomorrow. In the next story, we see construction workers finding a new Badnik as they're smartly bulldozing Citadel Robotnik. I hope they also build something else on top of it that couldn't be effectively turned into another Citadel Robotnik. Tails flies around dodging the Badnik's attacks, and then we see that Badnik's electrical wildfire powering up the old cables below the ruins, reactivating a forgotten, stupid-looking robot. With Tails having defeated the Badniks, the old-looking robot asks where supposedly kind and caring creator Robotnik is. And Tails tells him about the lab accident that changed Kinderborn to Robotnik. Wow, that line of the robots was stupid. He shouldn't have called us creator Robotnik if Eggman only goes by Robotnik as the evil Eggman. I figured this robot was good because he didn't look menacing at all. Apparently Cobb was the first robot Kinderborn ever made, and even shut him down at night so he could rest. But when he turned into Eggman, he forgot about him. Then a construction worker catches the robot in his big construction machine and ignores Tails saying he's not dangerous because he wants to get money off him at the scrap heap. Tails takes off his hat and grabs his head, saying, "The only scrap you'll get is one with me if you hurt Cobb." The civilians ask why he should care, probably being racist against robots, and Tails comes up with the idea to let the robot educate kids about history after an overhaul. That was nice of Tails, and clever. In the next story, the citizens are having a concert by a dumb pop singer in Metropolis, and Techno and Amy are relatively not enjoying themselves as they came here from getting free tickets for saving Norris Wimple the OCD geek, who's right next to them and being obnoxious and joining the concert. Why did they come? Are they that polite? Are they that people pleaser? Then someone butts past other people in the concert to threaten the singer, and Amy and Techno push him over to stop him, unhappy that this will let the concert continue. The concert is then cancelled anyways because the recent incident upset the singer too much. I guess that would make it harder for him to sing. And he asks for them backstage to thank them personally. Couldn't he have done it right when they saved him? He asked them to be his bodyguards for the rest of the tour, and Amy snarks, "Sorry, we don't do babysitting." He says that some of his fans want to tear him apart. They're not his fans then. Amy reveals that she can understand why because he's a terrible singer, which isn't out of the ordinary for popular singers out there, having mediocre singing talent. I heard Weird Al as an example of that, being merely a lyrical genius. Because they're heroes, they agree to be his bodyguards on the condition that he doesn't call them babes. They get him in his hover car to protect him from angry fans, one of whom calls him a creep. That makes me wonder if he did something other than being a bad singer to deserve hatred. The story ends with Techno finally figuring out that they aren't fans, and Amy wanting to figure out what vein the singer's not telling them. The first story is by Nigel Kitching, and is about the Dracon Empire being fooled from lies by Eggman into arresting Sonic for destroying their Sentinel, who destroyed itself on purpose. That was frustrating but understandable because they're from a different planet and wouldn't know who Sonic is. The second and third stories are by Luke Stringer, and the second one's about Tails' fight with the Badman causing electricity to seep through wires and wake up a forgotten robot Kinderborn who is an old friend of his. I'm not sure that's how electricity and wires work. And Tails defends him and gets him to be a history robot for some kids, which is nice of him to do for a robot when he fights robots all the time. I hated the construction worker he had to defend him from them. And the third story was about Amy and Techno having to go to a concert for a horrible singer named Bing as a thank you from an annoying geek, and they end up becoming his bodyguards. and they decide to try to figure out why his fans are so violently angry with him. I don't know, maybe he's an Eggman sympathizer. That would be the easy answer, I guess.